Several times per year, I'm contacted by an adult child asking if an elderly parent should file bankruptcy. The scenario is generally that the adult child has taken over the elderly parent's finances as the elderly parent becomes unable to manage those finances themselves. The adult child is shocked by the amount of unsecured debt the elderly parent has. Often the debt is a combination of credit cards and medical bills. An elderly parent often turns to credit cards to pay for the ever-increasing medical expenses. And when the credit cards max out, the medical bills themselves begin to pile up. Circumstances will dictate whether bankruptcy is a viable option. If the elderly parent's income is all Social Security and pension income, then creditors cannot garnish or attach those funds even after they land in a bank account. If the elderly parent has very few assets, maybe an inexpensive car, a retirement account, and some household goods, bankruptcy is not necessary to protect those assets. The only reason to file bankruptcy for an elderly parent with completely exempt income and assets is to stop collection attempts by creditors, which can be very stressful on an elderly parent and the adult child. In this case, filing bankruptcy just buys an end to collection attempts. There is one other advantage. It guarantees that the elderly parent's bank accounts will not get tied up by garnishment or attachment, even if only temporarily. Another option to consider is to contact the creditors to explain the situation. We've found that a letter from a law firm is a very effective way to get creditors to back off without filing bankruptcy. If the elderly parent is still working or has assets that are not protected from garnishment, a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy may be required. It's very important to try to shield the elderly parent from as much stress of the process as possible. We work closely with the adult child to prepare the paperwork for filing. We prefer to have the elderly parent involved, but work hard to minimize the stress. One reason that WM Law added estate planning and probate practices to our long-standing bankruptcy practice is exactly this scenario. We are particularly well suited to delicately handle this situation. If you'd like more information on how to deal with your elderly parents' financial difficulties, visit us at www.kansascitybankruptcy.com and also www.kansascityestateplanner.com, or call for a free initial consultation with one of our attorneys. At WM Law, we are here to help.